Good afternoon, people. It is already Friday. It's already 5 o'clock. I have the day off, and we have not gotten anything done. This has been the most unproductive day off thus far that I have probably ever had. We woke up not quite early this morning, but we edited yesterday's video, which if you didn't watch, go watch yesterday's video. Do that first. So we edited yesterday's video, got that done. Upload it, well, tried to upload it, had problems twice uploading it, that ate up some time. Went to the local speed shop, which I really do. I try to support local businesses before just ordering online. I try to give the old college effort, but went there twice. The parts weren't there, so I went back a couple times, and it's about 35 minutes away, so that ate up some time. And what else? We just... man, today has just been thus far, but we're not going to let that stop us. I am determined to at least get something done today. But let's talk about the rear real quick. Now, this rear, like I mentioned yesterday, costs $1,000. And yes, there probably might have been some cheaper options out there. I did find a couple that were local for $600, $700, but Dana 80 single wheel discs are getting very, very hard to find. So what made this one such a good deal? This rear actually came out of a pull truck, so it was actually welded in place, which you guys can see. You can see all of the bracing. That thing was not going anywhere. Let's put it that way. That thing was braced every single which way. But I'm not sure if you guys are familiar or not. Some of you may, some of you maybe not, but these are SCS 300M dual splined axles with driver hubs already on them. So these axles are beefy AF. These things are awesome. These things are going to take some heavy abuse. It's got a really nice Ultimate 80 cover on it, which puts a little bit of pressure on the end caps, keep them from moving around a little bit. So that's also a nice feature that this one already has done. It has the axle tubes welded to the center section, also a big plus, because under extreme load the axles can twist in the housing and the pumpkin can still go straight up. You kind of seen, if you've seen pull trucks, they're known for kind of doing those. Carrier goes way up, axles stay in place, but those were done. So this axle has been welded on, but it still has the factory perches, the factory shock hanger supports. The brakes were in working condition when he had them, but we might just go over them, make sure the calipers are good, moving. Rotors actually, besides just getting a little rusty, seem to be good, but we'll clean all that up. I'm not worried about that. The other big thing, this rear already has a 1480 joint yoke on it. Now, that's a big plus, because when we get back the 48 from Muldoon's diesel on our 48 full manual ratchet shifter transmission build, that needs a special yoke that we're probably going to end up getting in 1480 as well. 1480 joints are what I have on the 05. Basically, there's a local shop around me that, you know, we end up using heavy wall tubing and 1480 joints for a really strong drive shaft. So that's the plan. I know there's some aluminum options out there, but you can go crazy with aluminum and carbon fiber and all that stuff. That's just, I mean, for our application, I think we're going to just stick with, you know, the 1480 joints, heavy wall tubing, and it should be more than enough to handle some shock load. So super pumped on this rear. In my opinion, $1,000 was a good deal, let alone all the work that's, you know, on it already. That axle kit for everything is not cheap. It's probably over the price of what the actual axle already is. So that's that. There's the windfall on the axle. So let's try and, we need to get this out, because you never know. The weather report of the day is, it was very sunny out, seems to be getting a little overcast, so we're not going to take any chances with the Greg A weather report, and we're going to get this out. Probably have to use the cherry picker, wiggle that out, then we got to get all my other junk back in there. So if you guys want to see a toolbox tour of everything that I keep inside the toolbox for roadside trips, leave a comment down below. Make sure you guys are liking the videos, and maybe we'll do that in the future soon. So first step for our Friday off, pull that rear out. I don't really want to leave it out in the rain, so we need to find yet another spot in our little 2-bay garage for that big hunkin' rear. And then we need to get something done on this. Oh, we did get, let me show you the parts that we were able to pick up from the local speed shop. Like I said, sometimes, you know, like I do try to support local businesses. Sometimes it's a little easier, sometimes a little harder than others. Sometimes you just like going online and confirm, going over everything twice, and you know what you're getting. Sometimes it's not always the case when you're trying to relay information. You're basically relying on another person to care as much about the parts that you're ordering as much as you do, which is probably not always the case. But here are the parts that we got. Vibrant, big, number 12, push lock, and then the adapter fittings to screw into the billet tappet cover that we got. We got 3 of those because Mr. Send It lost one of his, so we got him an extra one. And then these are just some number 6 oil lines that he had there. And I figured, you know what, we might need those somewhere in the future. Number 12 push lock hose, and then this is a different size special type of hose that is going to be for an upcoming project, so take some guesses at that. Oh, and I almost forgot. Look at this box. What do we got here? I don't know. I bet you it's not what you're thinking. Hey, they're not injectors. This is just must have been a box that our man Mikey G from Garofalo Enterprise had laying around. These are the exhaust manifold stud kit that he has them in stock. They're really not that expensive, but you will see very soon enough that these make your putting your exhaust manifold on much easier than doing it with bolts and the gaskets. These are awesome. Make sure if you need these, hit him up. Great price. Stainless steel nuts, really high tensile strength studs. These things are awesome. Bet you thought they were injectors, didn't you? See you later. The kid's got a hot date. He's got the mega cab all cleaned up, all shined up, bringing a single white rose on a date. Woo! Romeo over here. You guys haven't seen the mega cab in a while. So as the summer goes away, so does all of the natural light. So we are now fighting daylight issues, which is another challenge in and of itself. But anyway, we did get the head studs retorqued. They moved just ever so slightly, but retorqued as of now. So we are good to basically reassemble this entire thing. Started getting some of the wiring done. Also got some of the fittings in the tappet cover. Let me show you those. So we did get the first part of the fittings in the tappet cover. The 180 hoops out of there are basically attached to the hose in the garage, which I'll show you, but those are in there. We did run into a little bit of clearance issue with the factory fuel supply line to the fuel filter, but I am sure that the factory lift pump and the supply line and the filter will not be on here much too long, so we will not have those issues. We'll have to do some Greg A deleting on that. Other than that, we started to lose some daylight, so I didn't really want to set all the lash as of yet, but we are going to hit it hard tomorrow. I can guarantee you that, guys. We did get the rear tucked away inside the garage. That way it's not sitting out in the rain and everything like that, so that is a big, big plus. So these are our Vibrant 180s out of the tappet cover, which I basically just have hooked up to some Vibrant push lock hose. So those are what's going to be attached to the tappet cover. As you can see, they come in a box fully all closed up, so we got to open them up just a little bit. Little trick here on the garbage can. Get them all spread out. And that should try and straighten them out a little bit. Bring them all coiled up in this box. Also on our turbo here, we did happen to find in the bag with the exhaust flange, did happen to find the oil feed that was on it. So it uses this flange. I did have a spare fitting for number 6 line, so we can continue on with that. So that is a big plus as well. I'm glad we found this. This was a big thing. Alrighty guys, and that is it. Another day in the life of Greg A here. Not the most exciting day, I will say that. I will certainly say that, but that's going to do it for this video, guys. Tomorrow we are going to make some big headway with the 12 valve. I promise myself that we are going to get that thing done. I promise. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Like button, subscribe. See you.